Hello, everyone! Welcome to episode 56 of the Migtown podcast, your only weekly source for thought miscarols, where we make fun of these ho-ho-hos. As always, I'm producer Tim. Joining me is the mayor of Migtown, Drexel. Say hi.
Hi to everybody out there. Happy holidays.
That was the, Drex, that was a very, very unenthusiastic hi, compared to me.
Well, when you're going to get Raising
talking about
Cane's,
hoes makes you depressed, right?
It doesn't make me depressed. It makes me grateful. I'm grateful for every one of these hoes out here in the streets. You have X amount of hoes who serve men, and then you have X amount of simps who serve the hoes. It is the natural cycle. And I mean, Yeetus is here to talk about that cycle. So say what up, Sir Yeetus.
What's going on, y'all? I'm here to give you your daily dose of red pills.
Now, Yeetus
These bitch made
represents
simps need it.
the warband, for anyone who doesn't know.
Yes.
I don't know, is there anyone who doesn't know about the warband in our audience? I think it's unlikely.
But they know
still.
who Undead Chronic is.
Just in case. Oh yeah, I still have a beef with that guy.
Why? What's going on?
It's just trying to get him into the show again there. He's
he's a spontaneous guy.
He is. Like I said on your show, Undead Chronic is the literal embodiment of the song, I was gonna clean my room, but then I got high.
Literally, he loves his kush.
Yeah. Anyways, the old zombie kush. Anyways, but this is the episode that's released before Christmas on the 24th. So, happy holidays. Oh, fuck that bullshit. Merry fucking Christmas to all of you out there, except the bitch made simps. You don't get to celebrate holidays because you're too busy simping. You're too busy worshipping the P and your queen, who's probably getting it in right now as you listen to this episode, and she's going to come home to your family tomorrow morning and pretend everything is happy and great.
As she should. As she should. You know, Yeetus, we were talking before the show about the fact that one of the solutions to all this, right, is to gorge feminism and to starve feminism. And we need to help the feminazi broads, because at the end of the day, we have to give them more. Because I want you to imagine this. What if the marriage vow now stated that the man has to submit to his wife, right? He has to submit, love, cherish, and worship her, right?
Right.
Because remember, feminism has already changed the wedding vows from submit and respect to love and cherish, which are empty words, right?
Yep.
And the laws are 100% in their favor. I want them to be more in their favor. You see what I'm saying? I want simps to be totally eradicated from the earth, never to return, right?
Yep.
So,
to the point where they are actually, they have no choice but to be held accountable for their action, and that frightens them to the core.
It does. Well, because we've talked about this before. I mean, Yeetus, when I had you on for the year on YouTube stream, we're looking at how things are different from, like you said, when you grew up, right? You grew up, I grew up. You get nostalgic about things, but you remember when there was still masculinity in the world, right?
Right. Yep. Ever since I was a teenager, growing up, there was a lot more men out there that I could honestly respect, and there was men out there that actually was able to put their foot down, actually able to lead the household and put bitches in check, and when they get out of line. Now, in 2021, it's out of control. I'm literally seeing men cowering with fear, literally just like covering their faces, trying not to get beat by this 5'2", 110-pound woman because they're too afraid of the consequences if they defend themselves.
And here's the thing, though. This is what people don't understand. It's that same dude who's cowering that enabled the fuckery to begin with, right?
Right.
Because that's how it happened. It's not dudes. It's not the real men who made the world what it is. It's bitch made simps. And when I say bitch made simps, everyone starts getting confused. If you are a judge and you give a woman a lighter sentence just because she has a musty axe wound between her legs, that makes you a bitch made simp.
Oh,
I have something for this.
Nope.
You might be a simp. Yeah, Yeetus knows. Because you've seen this throughout life, right? Where, the dudes will just let women literally get away with anything, right? With no consequence.
Yes, and to compensate for the lack of masculinity, she gets hyper masculine.
Yep. Well, here's the thing
And
though. Someone has to be the one leading the relationship, right?
right,
And you see this okay, I've seen it on both sides, right? In the white community, the guy is the ultimate beta bucks deluxe, right? He's
right,
basically the provider while she bosses him around. He's a henpecked husband, right? And
right.
then the black community, if you know the guys who didn't walk away, the guys who are in the picture in the black community basically just become alpha fucks. So yeah, he
Uh,
smashes, but that's it. She's the one calling the shots. So the dudes on the outside, right? They're the ones reaping all the benefits. They're the ones who are bunker busting all these cheating wives, or like you said, you said it was a lieutenant colonel, right?
yeah.
Lieutenant colonel's daughter. Let me ask you this: what do you think? How much do you think the lieutenant colonel knew about his daughter getting ran through by 12 different privates and specialists in the army?
In my opinion, I didn't think he knew at all. I really think that his daughter put up a gigantic front, and he fell for it because if he actually found out that the daughter was doing all that stuff, being a 304 in the barracks, he would not hesitate to turn her to a Rapunzel in her room until she's like 30, because that's his reputation on the line as well.
Yep. Well, here's the thing: how did it affect the guy's respect for him? Because like obviously they had to like keep it a secret. Like they're sitting there like, "Sir, yes, sir," but in the back of their mind, like, "Bro, I ran a train on your daughter, man."
The dudes that actually hit, they literally had the least respect for him. You know, they slightly get a little bit saucy with the lieutenant colonel, knowing that they bent over his daughter. Like it's that
Okay.
easy. Like, bro,
I
huh?
got a question. Was there any guy who was like, "Yeah, I had this piece of ass last night. She was fine," and someone's like, "Bro, that's the lieutenant colonel's daughter," and he's just like, "Oh fuck." Um,
Uh, there were a couple that
yeah, because like
uh
she didn't always like. I'm assuming they had the same last name, right? And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're the same last name as that." So I assume she just didn't tell everyone her last name. She's just like, "Oh yeah, my name's so and so."
nope, like she had a complete false fake name. But when
Oh
they
shit.
found out later because somebody else from across the way knew who she was. A few soldiers freaked out, but the rest of the soldiers like, yeah, we're Eskimo brothers. High five.
Well, you freak out at first, right? Because you're like, "Oh shit, I touched the forbidden fruit," and you realize, wait, there's no consequences for touching the forbidden fruit.
Nope, not as long as he doesn't find out, and he never did. Like people kept it pretty down on the low. I was honestly impressed.
And if you're the lieutenant colonel listening to this episode, somehow the universe is aligned to make you one of our fans. I'm sorry you had to hear it from us, bro.
You might have to disown your daughter. Doesn't matter how old she is now.
You have to disown.
Yep.
Okay, 304 behavior. You don't get to repent. You don't get to say, "Oh well, she's changed." No.
Yeah.
You had one shot. You had one shot to get it right. In the same way that if your son turns into a thug and he wants to go out here and try to yeet people, rob people, do thug shit, right? That
Yeah.
was your shot. You're like, yeah, I disowned him as my son. You see what I'm saying? You just go, you had a shot. I didn't teach you to act that way, but since you want to act that way, I disown you. And then now these people are going to be left on their own. Like, damn, the doors are locked, the phones are left. The messages aren't returned, the phone calls aren't returned. There has to be consequences, right? And
I agree. Yep.
now Yeetus line of Migtown, shout out to my man LOM. He made a video that was great. He said next year, which is rapidly coming up upon us, right? 2022. He said that's going to be the year of the chameleon. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree 1,000,000% because when things are going to get more tough, which I believe there's a good chance it will, women will be a lot more nicer to men than usual because when there's any type of catastrophe, any type of war, etc., men and women they resort back into their natural animal instincts where the woman becomes more submissive to a higher authority. And she knows that, well, at the end of the day, I can't survive without men. So she will definitely try to like, oh, I go to church every day. Yeah, I read the Bible, and I can cook some good food, and it's going to be that way. And I know that there's many men that's going to fall for it. There's men falling for it right now. I had somebody talking to me yesterday saying, "Oh, I'm talking to this girl right now, man, and she's different, bro. She's different. I know how you feel about this, Sir Yeetus, but she's different, man. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah, here's the thing. Girls can be cool. Like, I know some girls who are cool who have done 304 behaviors, right? And they're still cool. But when you ask me the simple question, well, Drex, have you ever, are you going to date them? Are you going to marry them? No, I never dated them. I never married them. You see what I'm saying? Because I've never been married, never believed in marriage, right?
Right.
That's where guys can get, because, Chronic has talked about this. It's okay if you see a little 304, right? You see a little thotty and you want to smash, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And if she's cool, you can keep smashing. But if someone says, are you going to put a ring on that? No. God, no. No. We don't do that.
So, like 304s are kind of like the Sonic 06 game that you're secretly a fan of, right? You'll play with it every now and then because it's fun. You think it's fun. You'll play with it. But you're not going to get sentimental about it. And if your friends ask you, hey, do you like that Sonic 06 game? Oh, fuck no. That was the worst fucking Sonic game in Sega ever made. Oh, shit. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what
That's exactly how you do it.
Yeah.
They're fun to play with at limited capacities. And that's about it. That's all they're useful for.
And that's the most annoying part is when your homies, especially when they're supposed to know better, because this happened back in 2015, they think that she's different when she's known as the Barracks Bunny. I'm like, what the bro? Don't you do it? That he did it, got 2 kids from her, divorced, and now he's struggling and he's working at Best Buy.
Isn't it weird, Drex? Unicorns are at minimum 1 in a million, and it's probably a lot more than that. But yet everyone seems to have one. Isn't that weird how that works?
Well, is that none of that is surprising because we gotta be fair. Women do the same thing. Women romanticize the guy that they're seeing at the moment, the same way guys romanticize the woman they're seeing at the moment, right? So you'll hear women be like, "Oh my God, this guy." So have you ever noticed, Yeetus? You've been around women. Every new guy they meet is different. He's special. He's whatever, right?
Right.
Oh my God, Brad is so awesome. He's just amazing. He's so much better than Jim. And then, X amount of months later, she's talking about how much of a jerk he is, right?
Yep, that happens
Brad
all the
says
time.
a jerk. Oh my
Yeah,
God, have you met Tyrone? Tyrone is amazing in bed.
No, you just when it comes to like the cheating, right? You and I were talking about this earlier before the show. The whole, the 90-10 in, the divide in a man, right? You're talking about that 90-10, and can you explain that to the people out there?
So what I say about the 90-10 situation is, as a man, since we love idealistically, we will stay committed to a woman if she has 90% of what we want. All right, all the things that you want in a woman, 90%, and she just doesn't have the 10% that you don't want. But as a man, you're able to overlook that. But for a woman, since they love opportunistically, they will dump their man if the man has only 10% of what she wants, because she always thinks that the grass is greener on the other side.
Well, and it never is. Yeetus, you talk about, when it comes to like your friends and stuff. And you mentioned earlier that you're getting the "Hey, big head" text, right?
Yeah.
Where they
I told you. Oh, Drex, I told you it was going to be a cold and long winter for these 304s.
Yeah,
because
everyone knows.
All the government shit dried up. February 1st is the end of the student loan moratorium. The rent moratorium's been up for a few months.
They're gonna get nicer.
The
They're gonna get
extended
nicer.
EI is out.
Yeah, I'm like, what a coincidence, right? Like, oh, now I'm getting these text messages and stuff. Like, how'd you get my number?
The price of gas is through the roof. Fucking heating your house is getting really expensive. Fucking Build Back Better.
Yeah, the meat prices are going up.
I'm telling you, there are some of these 304s who are wrapped up in a huge duvet right now wearing 3 sweaters because they can't afford to pay the heating bill, and they got their phone out going, "Hey, big head."
Oh yeah, there's a lot more women I notice are becoming streetwalkers. Like, there's a lot more roaming about lately.
Yeah,
I'm like,
buddy.
But what were you gonna ask me?
How far back do they go? You and I, I know, but like, let them know, the guys out there, how far back when you say, yo, this girl text me, how long ago was the last time you talked to, girl X?
Actually, 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, out of nowhere. Which I tried to holler at her when I was 17, 18 years old, but she was trying to go off and discover new things and whatever the hell she
New
was trying to
new
do.
dicks.
Yeah,
She
pretty
wanted to see
much,
every
right?
dick in the world, right? She
Yeah,
riding dicks on 7 continents.
yeah, she was pretty much on her way to college. I was like, okay. Um, but then 3 weeks ago, I'm here chilling, drinking my Guinness because I'm a fan of Guinness. I get this text message. Oh, well, not text message, but she messaged me through Messenger, Facebook Messenger, saying like, "Oh, like, hey, stranger." I'm like, "Hi, like, what?" And I see you doing good for yourself.
Oh,
I know. What's the point of this? And then as the conversation went on, I kind of saw it coming, but eventually she told me about her money problems. I'm like, here we go.
Yep. No, but she buttered you up saying that she always liked you, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
sure.
can't believe she
Like,
was that transparent. Like
There.
no, they
I
are.
see you're doing well for yourself. I I mean that's got to be. Are they stupid?
I wouldn't. I say they're how do I say naive of their own behavior.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's no self reflection,
Aware,
right? There's no self awareness.
Oh, is this a
cognitive.
German Shepherd?
No, well, kinda, cause like she wasn't black, but she was Puerto Rican.
Oh, but
That's close
okay.
enough. That's
That's
close
a
enough.
double bark.
That's a double. She's a Chihuahua. It's like,
Hey man, these
um,
chihuahuas are something else, man.
yeah, seriously, and how you say I think it's the cognitive dissonance. I think it was
Yep.
called. I can't say that word sometimes, but that's pretty much what it is. Like I try to tell these men, women for the most part, they're carbon copies of each other. Okay, they literally their main goal in life is based on social aspects. So the hive mind mentality is real. Once you talk from women to women to women, you're gonna realize eventually they're the same. The only thing that's different is their environment.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna talk to our man, Legal Mindset, because he's out in Asia, and he was saying that we had a live chat last night. I was talking about white simps, right? I was
Right.
like, different ethnic groups simp differently, and the white simp is obsessed with marriage, with relationships, right? He'll
Right.
see a chick get a train run on her and be like, "Oh my god, but I really like this girl, man. I'm gonna date her." It's like, dude, really? Like,
Bro.
bro, like,
Have you ever wanted to smack your friend upside his head, like smack the fuck out of him for saying some stupid shit like that? Like, bro, you know better. What the fuck are you talking about?
dude, but they don't though. Like each one kind of comes in a different box, right? Like, so the black simp works differently. The black simp will smash, smash, smash all these different chicks, right? But if he
Yeah.
really likes a girl, what'll end up happening with the black simp is that he'll do the whole like, oh yeah, she's a queen, she's a queen. Black guys aren't very apt to marry though. They can simp hard, right? And then they can get extra thirsty. And one of the problems with this, though, is that, like I said, each way, each route that you go with simping comes with different consequences. The black simp, if you notice, will wind up with kids by multiple women because he was a simp, right? Oh, I thought I was going to work with this girl. Now I'm over to this girl. See, similar to a female, especially because so many blacks are raised by single moms, right?
Right.
So that's how you wind up with a black dude with like 4 kids by 4 women. So he didn't marry any of them, right? And then whereas the
Right.
white guy, he may have 4 kids by 4 women, but he was married to each one. And someone's like, well, Drex, isn't that a good thing? It's like, yeah, but when you
Hell
see that
no.
family court, bro, it ain't so good. You see what I'm
No.
saying?
Yeah.
So that it's part of it's part of the cultural difference, right? That different people are being conditioned to believe certain things. But like the end of the day, it's always the same,
Yeah,
right?
especially in the black community, with me growing up, because I'm black myself, the family structure is predominantly matriarchal, you
Yep.
know, and that's because, like you said, like there's a bunch of single mothers. There's literally no presence of the fathers. Either the black women that slept with deadbeats, or they don't even know who the father is, or they intentionally kicked the father out of the home. You
Which is
know,
usually the case.
Gail Cord Schuler has a question for you.
Oh, what's
Did
up?
your grandmama ever own a Popeyes?
No, what? No, what the? What is? It would have
we
been
need to
nice.
we need to introduce Yeetus to the magical woman who is Gail Cord Schuler.
We need,
She's
hey.
some psycho broad. Some psycho broad who was talking about how black people procreate by going into public restrooms and all. It was so crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It
she
is
she literally
hilarious.
lives in an alternate reality. But you know, you just the thing is though is that we know people talk about the breakdown of the family and everything though, right? But
Yeah.
one of the things that doesn't get I believe enough credit is the work that guys in this space are doing with calling out the fuck shit behavior, right? Because I heard about our man Undead Chronic talking about Jack Murphy, right, getting exposed as a beta simp cuck, right?
Oh, I was
And
part of the event last night. I was and I was in the situation where it got real. It got real. We celebrated last night.
so describe like basically who is Jack Murphy and what is it that he did that got him exposed?
He is a cook. So this guy, right? He prances around the manosphere, grifting and pretending to be, oh, I am 6'4", 250 pounds, pure masculine. Let me teach you how to be the best masculine version of yourself, like any other grifter would say. But turns out that back in 2015, he had a cuck article, literally the cuckery of cucks, literally typing down saying that he had a girl for 2 years, and he pretty much drops her off at a house, Matt on Tinder, like some guy named Matt, and they keep in touch through text. And knowing that she's getting ran through by Matt and plenty of other dudes, it literally like made him feel alpha. It turned him on, like, ooh, like my girl's getting ran through. Like he would literally record the sessions and actually write journals, type up journals during the sessions.
That's
That's
even
some
worse. That's even
what?
worse than Jerry Falwell Jr.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah, it's
bad.
worse. Yeah.
And I would say,
Well, you know what? Here's the thing. I've talked about how common this is because playing the role of bull when I was in the lifestyle for so many years, right?
yeah,
And I would go to these places, right? Like I said, it didn't matter if it was a swing club, going to the house, whatever you met in the hotel. You got to remember, the vast majority of relationships, I believe, are in some form or fashion open, whether both sides know or not. You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
you could
yeah.
be in an open relationship right now. You may not know it, but it's open to her. You see what I'm saying? Or vice versa. There's some scumbag dudes out there dirt dogging their girl too. You know what I'm saying? But usually because women have it easier in the dating market, especially for sex, they can just go, swipe and go get a guy. What do you think about the nature of that going forward with just how these relationships are going to start playing out?
I've been telling men for a while now since the beginning of my channel. All right, your girl is single even if she's in a relationship. That's how easy it is for her to get some slong, right? And so, depending on how crazy it gets this year, it may slow down a bit. But once the good times start rolling back up again, probably during the summertime, she's gonna have that hot girl summer all over again, and there's nothing that you can do. This is why I tell men, don't be accepting these unfair deals in relationships, especially in marriage, okay? She expects you to be the man, to be the husband and the wife. Do both duties while she's out there getting her holes filled by Chad and Tyrone. Don't accept that deal.
Now, hold on, Yeetus. We need to preach a new message. Take that deal, y'all. Take it.
Oh
Right?
no.
Because here's why. Here's why.
You sound like Evil Future.
Here's why we need this is why we need to start really going out there. Because like I started thinking about this for a second, right? I did a show with Nick and it started to really bother me later on where I started thinking about some of the things that's transpired, right? And I thought to
Right.
myself, okay, how far have we really gotten telling men not to be bitch made simps, right? How
Yeah.
far have we really gotten? Not far enough. You would agree with that?
No. It's
Okay.
it's moving like a snail.
It's moving like a snail, right? Don't you think that maybe we should flip the message and let's oversell it. Like here's the thing. Okay, watch this. Let's say you're ready to be a simp. Let's just pretend that we're in an alternate universe, and you're like, oh man, I'm ready to serve my penance and be a bitch made simp, right?
Right.
And society, the blue pill conditioning has already been fully installed in you, right? So you're ready to go treat this random, 49er as your queen, right?
Yep.
Right before you do, though, you listen to one of our videos, right? Me, the warband, whoever, right? And they're not just telling you, see, the message changes. They're no longer saying don't do it. They're telling you, they're going over the top, right? No, man, do it. The best thing you could do is do this. And you know what you need to do? If you really loved your woman, you would let her have as many guys as you want. And you know what? You're a bitch made simp if you don't believe that this is okay and you should not be seeing other women. You see what I'm saying? It's what RPM said, agree and amplify, right? Because
pretty much accelerate the process.
you accelerate, because remember, only simps are gonna conform to this. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only the think about it. What dude is okay sitting there saying, yeah, man, I love recording her and blah blah. Look, dude, I've been in situations. Like I said, if you're gonna be have like an open situation, you got an open relationship, you better be a stag vixen couple, right?
Yeah.
Just don't be a cuck. Like TFM used to always say, he said, you could be anything in life, man. Just don't ever be a beta male cuck. He goes, you can be beta. It's not the end of the world if you're a beta male. Because we're talking about, he was referring to beta in terms of the guys who have to pay to play, right? Which is the vast majority. The vast majority of guys cannot just walk out there and just go smash a chick, right? Without investing money. You see what I'm saying? They have to give her drinks. Think about it. Throughout your life, let me ask you this. Going backwards, how many guys did you really ever see, whether it be in high school, college, the military, whatever, who could just smash? It was pure validational. They just showed up, grabbed bitches, and like, yeah, I'm smashing. They didn't have to pay for drinks, didn't take her out for dinner in the movies. They could just smash.
I'll say 2. That's
Your whole life, right?
Yeah, those are the guys that won exceptionally in the genetic lottery.
Yep. I've told people this. I go, it's not that many dudes out there that literally can just walk in and just be themselves and just smash. Dude, we were talking about this last night in the live chat. I said, one of the things that's funny is that people try to run their mouth like they've actually done something. And I said, the funny thing about that is all these guys who run their mouth, they invested, right? They took the girls out on dinner, drinks. They took her out to the ball game. They did all of this simping, right? In order to get that's why, if you notice, they don't really have those stories. They don't have those receipts. When you start going, so we ask this question, right?
Yeah.
It is the ultimate question, I believe, to any man. If the question is really simple, it's the ultimate shit test, right?
Yeah.
If a girl walks up to you and goes, babe, I've always wanted to do a threesome. I'm cool either way. Remember that this is not your girlfriend, right? This is just a girl, because that people always get confused. This is just a hot girl that says that she wants a threesome, and she's like, I'm cool either way. So you can either get one of your buddies or meet a chick. Do you know how many guys go, having a dude in there is gay, I'm gonna get another chick. Do you know what happens if you go and get another chick? Take a guess what happens. Where this whole quote unquote friendship or friends with bens, whatever the situationship. Do you know where it goes after that?
In my opinion, it usually doesn't end well.
It ends right there. That was it.
Yeah.
That was your shot. You had one shot to get it right. This is for all bitch made simps. If you are thinking about like, oh yeah, I want to be the guy who has a bunch of women, no one will ever get you more women on this earth than another woman, more than any money. Because here's the problem I have with these manosphere idiots, right? The red pill meatheads. They always talk about looks, money, status. Hey, how did that work out for Jeff Bezos, right? You saw that, right? You saw his girl sipping for Leo.
Yeah, that was. I would have eliminated myself if I was Jeff Bezos. It's game over. The richest man on earth.
Richest man on earth got cucked, right?
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about all those guys out there, those fake red pill dudes who are like this? Oh yeah, man, it's money. And they always talk about how guys should be like, high value, blah blah. Dude, take it from me. Shout out to my man Amr, Alpha Male Lifestyle. He talks about this when he was driving a cab in L.A. Right?
Yeah.
He said these quote unquote like high class women stuff were getting smashed by literal bums, not figurative bums, literal bums. Right?
Yep.
He said he watched women take bums off the street that they found attractive, took him to the hotel, bought him clothes, gave him a shower, right? And got ran through. No lie. And there are people out there who think, oh no, this is all made up. And so we're talking about last night, Yeetus. I remember being a young buck, right? Broke.
Yeah.
Like 22, 30. How many guys did you see back in the day? Like you saw them smashing cougars who were all, soccer moms and trophy wives, just getting bunker busted, right? Backs blown out. Same with the young thoughts, right? They're out here getting smashed. It was pure validational. They only made simps pay. You see what I'm saying? The simps had to pay to play.
Yeah, that's how, especially when I went to college. It is literally me and the dudes. We were just making rounds, and at that time, we did not have to work hard at all to get the peace league because they don't have any expectations for commitment. They just want to get that schlong.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the beauty of that though. So Yeetus, not only are these hoes out here just trying to get, they're trying to get dick down, right? We all know their goal, right?
Yeah.
And of course, their dating strategy is going to change when they're about to hit the wall, because then all of a sudden they only want marriage, right?
Yeah.
One of the craziest things that you start to notice though is that with the rise of Me Too, right? It was the simps who were the first ones to jump and be like, yeah, these men need to be held accountable. Guys like me and you in the warband are like, wait a minute, we were in those college dorms, right?
Yeah.
I play ball. I'm looking back, I'm like, wait a minute, man. None of these chicks were getting raped. None. Zero.
No.
Now, did it happen somewhere? Sure. For the sake of argument, right? Somewhere, on campus or off campus, something happened to some chick, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere, right? But like when you just go on what you see with your own two eyes, right? On any given night at a college campus right now in America, in England, in anywhere in the West, right? Australia, right?
Yeah.
There are chicks getting ran through, all consensual. Like you said about the Army, was any of that non-consensual? Was anyone holding these girls down, putting a gun to their head?
No, I'm sure it has happened, but like literally minuscule. The majority of the women are on the hunt for some good schlong. Okay, let's not get that twisted when it comes to the simps that are listening. I don't want to hear all that victimhood. No. A lot of these cases of getting raped is because the Chad or Tyrone that was breaking her back, here and there, didn't want to mess with her anymore. So she accuses rape out of spite.
Yep.
That happens a lot all the time.
It happens a lot. And here's the thing. This is what bothers me, man, is that so many people don't believe it, right? They're like, no, that's not true. Oh, you guys are making this up. I'm like, look, dude, I go, think about it. If you look at her actions, right, it doesn't align with someone who was raped, because we're in the manosphere. We're supposed to be trying to help men, right? Trying to help them, educate them, save them, and protect them, right? So they can strive.
Yeah.
And yet, would you agree that more like, when you're a red pill dude, would you agree that if you're at like a family picnic or something, you get more pushback from the dudes than the females? Would you agree with that?
Yep.
It's the dudes, right? Like
Yep,
the simp uncles and stuff, and random simps in your family. Talking about, you hate women. You need to find one.
Yeah, bro. Especially the black family. Holy crap, the simpetry.
The simp.
No
one can compare, man.
Yeah, I gotta say this right quick. It's the audacity. The audacity, especially when I was recently, not recently, but when I was red pill back in 2014, and I was in my college days doing my thing, and I was finally aware, and I had the uncles or whatever that were already divorced try to come to me and say to try to find the right one, when he's the one that's struggling to live in an apartment because his ex-wife dragged him through the divorce and family courts. You want to honestly say, how brainwashed are you? And that's when I truly realized how bad the sympatry was.
Now, would you agree with me that it's over? Because when I say that, people think that, like, oh, Drex, you're being black pill or doom pill. I said, but look, man, the simps outnumber you literally like about 20 million to 1. Like, there are so few. I mean, when I say red pill, I'm talking true red pill guys. Like, I don't mean guys who are just hurt, right? Because there are guys out there, right? Like, they got hurt. They say that they're red pill, but, as Barbosa and Stardust used to always say, right? They're one blowjob away from the plantation, which goes back to what you said, where you bump into old buddies of yours and they're all like, oh, no, this girl's different. And you're looking at them like, wait a minute, bro. So you're saying you met a girl who's 27 years old, right? How is she still in the dating market, right? At 27.
Yep.
Does that make sense to you?
That's a big red flag in itself.
That's a red flag. Like, look, dude, if a woman is 27 and she's never been married, 28, 29, 30, You're thinking to yourself, wait a minute. So what have you been doing? Because you graduated high school at 17 or 18, right? So what were you doing since then? Have you ever
Exactly.
listened to some of these stories that these women have told you, Yeetus?
Yeah, especially when they feel comfortable enough to tell me. Like, what? It's crazy how they're very, they're very honest to the Chad and Tyrones, but they're lying through their teeth to the Sims.
Oh
It's
man, dude, well, you know what though? I'm glad you said that. When I first went on Ricada's show and I was telling guys the cold hard truth, I had it was like I said, it was primarily dudes coming after me in the comment sections and stuff, right? And then
Yeah.
during the live, like we're doing the show and I'm seeing the live chat in real time. I'm like, wait a minute, like, do these guys think I'm lying? This guy's making this up. He doesn't really live that life. Blah 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 blah. Right? They're calling me a fraud, right?
Right.
And I'm sitting there like 'cause when I talk about how easy it is, and I've had multiple people who all agree. They're like, yo, the easiest chick to smash in the West is a married chick, and it's not even close.
Oh, the easy, bro.
It's not even close. Like, Yeetus. Let the simps out there know, right? Because somewhere out there, there's a bitch made simp who's married or gonna think about getting married, right? Let him know how easy it is to smash a married chick compared to a single chick.
The Sims out there, do you honestly think that a woman's gonna marry you just because she loves you for you? Like, let's not be delusional here. Let me bring you back down to reality. She married you because you're her retirement check, okay? You are her retirement pension that she is able to cash in at any time and drag you through the divorce and family courts. So while you are being the workhorse for her, she's out there finding the lovers, the lust, like the sex crazy adventures. I'm telling you, I went to the bars, the clubs. Hell, I even went to a coffee shop one time when I'm literally talking to a female and just whatever, just chopping it up. They are seriously. A woman knows when she wants to fuck you within the first 5 to 8 seconds. Okay,
Yep.
she knows immediately. So they are being choosy, and even when I tell them, like, bro, I see your wedding ring on your finger. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, don't worry about it. Oh, my husband, me and my husband, we're separated. Okay,
Yeah.
like, bro, it is insane, and they are with a quickness trying to get smashed. They're the ones that are paying everything. I didn't have to
Yep.
pay for anything.
Yep. Yeah, you know what? One of our guys, I'm going to have him in our show. Shout out to my man Bowser for talking about this. He was like, "Yo, man, they're the ones paying." Like, okay, if you ever want to know, if you're a guy out there, and you're thinking like, "I don't know what I am. I don't know where I fit on like the sexual marketplace." If females are not paying for you, right?
Right.
That means you're not that guy. You see what I'm saying? Simps, betas have to pay for everything, right?
Exactly.
Everything. And those are. Do you ever notice though? Those are the same guys that always complain about how like they didn't get their pee touched, right?
Yep.
Oh man, I took this girl out on 3 dates and I did blah blah blah. And dude, I even took her to the to the top of the Empire State Building, and I still didn't get nothing. That means you're the simp. You're the bad. She's using you.
When you tell them what they're doing wrong, you're not, you don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So you know what's so funny about that though? The guy who says that we're wrong for telling guys what to do, right? Oh, Drex, you're disrespectful to women and stuff. I was like this. I was asking this simple question. Think, bitch made simp. Everything you've done, where did it get you? Did it get you orgies with women? Did it get you like, remember, most guys, right? I would say 98% of men on earth have never had a threesome with 2 women.
Yep, I agree with that. Definitely.
I mean, you can't count like, oh, we were drunk, or high. Like we're talking about the chicks wanted to be there. It was like, hey, it's me. I'm Amber. Here's my friend Stacy. Right?
Yep.
If you have never had that happen, right? And then you're gonna call out someone who has had it happen multiple times, and you start pretending that they're lying about everything, right? I go, dude, women get you laid with other women easier than a stack of hundreds.
Because
all she has to say is Yeetus is cool. Pre-selection. Pre-selection. Yeetus. I have told guys this time and again. And you know what they always say? You're lying. You're making it up. I show them receipts, right?
Yep.
Hey, Yeetus, let me show you the projection. How much did you pay them? Does it look like I paid them, bro? Are you serious? Like, Yeetus, they will find any reason. Because remember, if what you say is true, right? that means their entire life and their entire existence is a lie, right? It's a lie.
Yeah,
Because I got to
they
treat
try to
women
get at
well
me.
and give her flowers.
Yeah, they try to get at me. Like, well, that's because you're just part of the 10-20%. You know, you're just a Tyrone, man. I'm like,
Nope.
nah. First
Nope.
off, I'm only 5'8". All right, I have to
Oh shit,
bust
you're as
my
tall as me.
ass. Yeah, exactly. And I had to bust my ass to the teeth to get where I am today. All right, I worked to show value from 18 all the way up until now. Okay, in college, they didn't even have that much expectation in the first place, so I wouldn't even count that. But years down the road, where I'm here, I'm looking nice, you know, nice car, nice suit, nice attire. I got a nice little apartment because I don't want to get a house yet. That's too much work to me. I got all this. I got my life together. I show value and I worked hard for it. I will be pre-selected, literally, and you know my dick game is good too. So
You got to have that because I mean, Yeetus, you know, we talked about, you know, when you're in the bars and stuff, and these wives will say things to you with a ring on.
yeah,
One of the common things that you will hear about is how like my husband ain't hitting this right, right? Because that's what Jada Pinkett just cucked Will, you know, live, right? Like, you know, he wasn't hitting this right, and
Yeah.
I was looking for other men. It's like, dude, if you got this is for all you guys out there. Let me explain why being a workhorse is a thankless endeavor. When you're out there busting your ass, working overtime, working 2 and 3 jobs, killing yourself to provide for your woman, your queen, right? You're so exhausted by the time you get back. How much do you really have left in the tank, right?
exactly.
You got to think about it. A guy works 16-hour days. There's only 24 hours in a day. When you add in the time it takes to drive to and from, right?
Yep.
By the time you add all that up, plus and then subtract the sleep, right? Your 12 to 16 hours that you have spent just involved with work, whether you're getting ready for work, getting back from work, you're at work, your lunch break at work, you don't have anything left in the tank. You can't blow her back out. And usually the reason why you're working so hard is because I got to be able to keep her. You're investing everything, and I'm telling you guys right now, you're getting nothing but heartache and frustration. Do you know who gets? I told this to somebody once, man. I said, all these cheating wives, I have never once seen them in a muumuu, right? I don't see them in sweats. Do you know how they come to? You know how they come to me, Yeetus?
How?
Lingerie, trench coat over the lingerie, right?
Yeah.
Dude, they are. I'm talking dressed to the T. Okay, here's a prime example. I'm gonna explain this to bitch made sense from the opposite side.
Yeah.
You ever had a guy tell you that you're making all this up, and then you start telling them things like this? Hey, have you ever noticed that your girl starts getting like manicures and pedicures and stuff just out of nowhere, right? She goes to the gym out of nowhere, like just doing random stuff, and you didn't know why that was. Like, why are you going to get a pedicure and stuff, babe? Oh no, I just felt like it, just to make myself look cute. That means that she's seeing someone else, man. She's seeing me.
And
Okay.
also, have you noticed when you with your group of boys, she's having a good time and laughing a lot louder to the jokes of your friends?
Yep.
Let
them know something.
like
Let them know.
like
These simps, dude. Yeetus, I'm not lying, man. Every time, I'm not lying when I say this. There was a small portion of time, right? It was like the smallest little snippet of time in my life where I almost had guilt, right? Almost. I was like, is this really right, man? Is this morally wrong and stuff? And do you know what made my entire viewpoint on all this change?
how?
It was the actions of the simps.
Hmm.
I was like, no, they deserve to be destroyed. You see what I'm saying? Because when you look at these ethos, right? How do they treat their simps? How do they treat them? They're pay
Literally
pigs.
like pets, like literally like fucking pathetic. Like well, okay. Now I wouldn't say that. I would say they'll try to act all sweet, like, please buy me money, please give me this, please give me that. Oh, come on, just give me the money, and then they'll get more aggressive. Then I get the hey, you're supposed to give me money. What are you doing?
Yep.
Like it just gets worse and worse over time.
Well, the beauty of that is that it goes to expose something, right? What it really exposes is how they view you. Because at the end of the day, when you're a simp, right? When you're one of these guys who marries one of these 304s and you think, I found my queen, and she's out here getting lingerie stuff. Dude, I've had women who will go out there And like I said, if you ever want to notice this, some of you guys, just go into Victoria's Secret, man, and just kind of walk around, right? And look, you can even ask women questions in Victoria's Secret. They're going to be very honest. When she's in there getting that lingerie, that's not for you, right? The manicure is not for you. The pedicure is not for you. The hair done is not for you, right?
Yeah,
That's for the side dude. Her best, right? The teeth whiteners, right? Everything a woman gets that you don't see is for another man or men. Because look, this doesn't get talked about enough in the manosphere. They do everything with the side dude, right? Not they don't say no, right? They don't go like, oh, I'm not into that.
Oh, they go above and beyond.
Oh, it's beautiful. Man. I love it. Man, God bless these married hoes, man.
Like, dang, I didn't know you learned that.
This. Yeah, well, think about it. Have you? There were shows out there, right, that expose so-called cheaters, right? And I remember I worked with a guy, right, older dude. He told me he saw an episode once, right, of some show. It was like a documentary or something. And he says the guy was convinced that wasn't his wife, right? He hired a private investigator. Right. So he hires a private eye, and the guy was like, yo, man, this is your wife. I followed her, I trailed her to this hotel door. And the guy he's like this, that's not my wife. Because the guy had video evidence, right?
Wait. Is that one episode with the black dude attacked the...
Oh, you talking about the one when he stabbed the dude? That was funny.
He attacked the cameraman because the cameraman went up to him and was like, hey, this is your wife. He's cheating. Like, here's the video evidence. And then that dude's like, the simp just went apeshit and just started attacking the investigator.
Oh no! In this one, the simp was convinced the investigator was lying, and he said, well, "Why do you think I'm lying? Dude, I got I did my job for you." And he goes, "My wife doesn't do that." See, he didn't understand because he's such a simp, right? He didn't understand. Wives don't do the freaky stuff for these lame ass husbands. They are repulsed by it. In fact, Yeetus, do you know that? Do you know what the kinds of things women say to me about their husbands or boyfriends?
So much shit. Like, shit talking is like insane.
They hate them. They don't dislike them. I'm going to tell you guys right now. All you guys out there who say that you don't get sex from your girl, you don't get the porn star level sex, she hates you. She doesn't dislike you. She hates you. She fucking resents you, right?
Yep.
So if she resents this guy, why is she with him, Yeetus?
For the money. For
the money.
Yeah.
The security. The security. It's the side dude that gets everything. And these things need to be talked about and they need to be understood by the young generation. Because here's the thing. Listen, I don't want kids to become simps, right? Like, I don't want young men to be like, oh, this is just what I got to do, Drex. But I will say this. If you are hell-bent on being a simp, if that's what you want to be, like, that's your life's ambition is to be like, this is my queen, like you said, especially in the black community, right? The black community is so far gone. It is 100% matriarchal, right? Total gynocracy. Yeah. So once you see that, you go like this. That's why, you hear all these chameleons in the black community. Black men, we need to get together. We need to save our community. Nah, I'm good. Y'all turned on us back in the 60s, right?
Yeah, so that's when it started.
That's when it started. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, though, Yeetus, you got to ask yourself this question. What is it that our detractors are fighting for, right?
Yeah.
What are they fighting for? What, traditionalism? So you're responsible for a 304. I just gotta make sure she's not a 304. So you gotta, you've heard of the term mate guarding, right?
Yeah, but what does it mean again?
So basically, mate guarding is basically okay. The woman is gonna view you as insecure, right? I gotta see her phone. I gotta make sure no other men see her. I gotta put her in conservative clothing. That's mate guarding, right? But it's keeping her away from other men.
Yeah.
But do you know what you're signaling to her? She's the prize.
That she's the prize. Yeah.
Yep. So this is the reason why I don't like listening. Like I said, you know where you really start to hear this? You really hear this with older guys, right? The boomer simps, right?
Oh, I hate those simps.
Because that's the Jack Murphy type, right? The boomer simp.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this. How dangerous do you think these guys are when they're instructing young men?
They're the most destructive out of all of them. They're the most destructive simps because they're all the main ones that are going after the manosphere for even saying all these things in the first place. Saying that, oh, it ain't the women who's having a problem. Maybe because she's a 304 because you're not doing your job. Like, what? No. Like seriously, like you could hear the old heads all over YouTube, literally blaming the men, saying like, "Whoa, maybe if you stop complaining like an emotional female about what she's not doing this and that, you would have a better chance at getting women." I'm like, bro, that doesn't even correlate. What are you talking about? Like,
They're dangerous, man. Well, think about it.
completely
How
dangerous.
many guys you think are out there and they don't know any better, right? Because that's the danger, right? They don't know any better. They get indoctrinated. They listen to these boomer simps, right? Their old uncle, their beta cuck father. All of a sudden, when they meet a 304, right? And so
Yeah.
you see this in the black community especially. They have been conditioned to believe that it is a noble thing to wife up a single mom, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it sad in the black community? It's
it's the
just sad,
worst.
right? It's like,
It's the man. Like you are, like you said, like you are too far gone.
I've
you
said
too far
it many
gone.
times. I'm not a stepdad. I stepped up.
Oh, I
Yeah.
roast stepdads so hard. I roast them. Oh
Oh,
man.
dude, it's the worst thing you can be, man. Here's the thing: if you meet a girl who has a kid, and you just happen to meet the kid, right? You know, obviously you're trying not to, be around their damn kid. You're just there to smash, right? Because single
Yeah.
moms have a purpose, and it's called late night bust downs, right?
Yeah.
But let's just say, for the sake of argument, the kid is like a decent kid, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at him, you're like, look, bro, I know you're in a messed up situation, right? You're being raised by a single mom, right? I'm going to hit you with this red pill wisdom so that you can go to school and apply it. And then you can, once you are a certain age, you can get out from under this gynocentric hellhole that you're living in. Because you've seen what happens when these boys are raised by these single moms, man.
Oh, it's the worst. It is the worst. Oh my god. Like, and it's have you seen the videos on YouTube and TikTok of the current generation of moms and their feminized
Yeah,
soy.
trans kid. I love my trans kid. Oh my
Oh,
God. Oh, look at him wearing a dress.
these teenagers in skirts and dresses, twerking and all that crazy shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
How
Like,
much twerking was in your high school?
Uh, well, I went to a suburban high school, so not that much, but it was there. It was there.
It was there, right?
It was there. Yeah, back in 2013, it was there.
Well, think
It's
about it,
only
though.
gotten worse now. You know that, right?
Way worse. Oh,
Well, once twerking got big, right? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, I'll tell you who the worst part about twerking was, right? The one person who put twerking on the map, it was Miley Cyrus.
yeah. I was just thinking that Miley Cyrus.
You remember that, right? Because remember, twerking has been going on in the black community for decades, bro. You go to a twerk house out in Atlanta, right? You hit up like I said, I've been there. I've been to the Blue Flame. I've been to Onyx before it burned down, all that stuff, right? This is where they used to film rap videos, right? Like Nelly's Tip Drill, you know what I'm saying? You go get a line of freaks, big booty hoes, and it's
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Juvenile.
Juvenile, back that thing up. So this has been
Uh,
going on for, remember, Juvenile, okay, the album 400 Degrees came out in 1999, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's fast forward. It was like 98, 99, right? Let's fast forward. Now we're in 2021. It wasn't that long ago that Miley Cyrus was trying to twerk her no ass having ass on stage, right?
Yeah, it was
And then,
gross.
and then what happened? Miley Cyrus is doing this dance called twerking. And then so what ends up happening is the white girls start copying the black girls and they start copying these girls. And before you know it, like you said, you were talking about a Puerto Rican chick earlier. It doesn't matter. They're all doing the same thing, right? Oh, you're in
Yep.
Russia? You think Russia's so base? They're doing the same. Dude, I've seen lots of Russian thoughts, right? Shout out to Red Pill Chris. I think he's a Russian dude, right? Russian white dude.
Yeah.
He makes videos showing like look, for all, he says this, he goes, for all you Western simps that think you're gonna come to the Ukraine or Romania or Russia and get you your queen, they're doing the same thing. Oh, you think they're not twerking? You think they're not getting ran through? They're doing the same thing.
Exactly. And the
It's
twerking.
universal.
Yeah, and it's insane. And now the suburban white girls, they're making YouTube videos trying to make it some trendy hip hop kid friendly dance. Like you see those type of videos where they
Yep.
have like a dance off or whatever with just twerking. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeetus, do you know what's I'll tell you what the scariest thing is about all of this. It's not the young girls twerking that bothers me, right? Although it does bother me, right?
yeah,
I'll tell you what's the thing that makes me go, oh shit, it's over. It's the old bitches right?
Yeah,
Because for the first time in recorded history, young women are not looking to old women for guidance and how to be women. The old hoes are looking at the young hoes and trying to emulate, right?
Trying to go back to the good old days.
Yeah, they look at these. Like you said, they view their daughters and stuff as competition.
Hey, Drex, shout out to Nostalgia Week.
Yeah.
Yeetus, how you doing for time?
I got 15 more minutes.
Okay, cool. Well, you just the thing is though is I want to ask you this: what do you think of see now, right? Because everyone's always like, oh, you got the manosphere and the solutions that they have for society.
Or like a quick solution or long term.
Yeah, I'm
Both.
thinking of more of like a long-term solution that may or may not be, a solution to complete all solutions. I don't know what you would call that.
So when it comes to solution to this whole thing, I say it's over.
Thank you.
You need to you need to. This is the only reason I'm making Red Pill, Migtown, Manosphere content is to wake up as many men as possible before shit gets real, in the sense of now like society is truly deteriorating, and now the men that are in the manosphere and are aware of what's going on has a higher chance of defending themselves. But short term, repeal the 19th Amendment.
But no, hold
Susan,
on
please
now.
don't cancel us.
Now, Yeetus, do you want me to tell you why I am not a fan of repealing the 19th?
Why?
So watch this. You repeal the 19th, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What happens if you repeal the 19th Amendment? Do you believe that suddenly women just go back to the kitchen, or do you believe the bitch-made beta simp army is going to do their bidding for them?
Oh, it's going to get like borderline civil war.
It's civil war, right? Because remember, the bitch beta boys, right? All these little sissy boys, right?
Yeah.
They're going to do the bidding with the vote anyway, right? And look, and this goes for conservative and liberal.
If you don't use your vote to vote for this, no sex for a month.
Yeah, look, you know that's what would happen, right? Okay, look, watch this. You and I both know on a dating profile, it's going to say like, oh, and I can vote or whatever. Because remember, simps are going to always try to leverage what? Resources to get sexual access, right? You think voting rights is not a resource? You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's
over.
A big resource. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. Because the guys are so effeminate, repealing the 19th literally wouldn't do anything. You see what I'm saying? It's already too far gone. Because, like I said, TFM was the first guy that I really heard pushing that, right? And I started like really thinking about what he was saying. I was like, based on all this, okay, watch this. Yeetus, let's just go to the black community, right?
Right.
Let's go to the black community. Repeal the 19th. Now women can't vote. What would the black simps in the black community do? Remember, all these guys are raised by single moms, right? 82%. What happens?
Oh, they'll be protesting in front of all the courts and wherever they can protest.
Yep.
Bring back the 19th.
Yep. And if that doesn't work, what are they going to do next? What are they going to do? Their mom or their sister or their wife? What's she going to tell them to do?
They're going to resort to violence.
Or vote for this.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Vote on their behalf.
Yep. Vote on their behalf. So now do you see the problem? It's too late.
Yeah.
It's too late.
But you do see why I said repeal the 19th, though, right? Because I feel like...
Yeah, I get it. Okay, would it be a step in the right direction? I agree with that. But here's the thing. The simp... Okay, this is what bothers me, man. I've had guys in my Discord who have talked about, you always hear everyone dunks on the left right now, right? The left, the left, the left, the left. That's all you hear, right?
Yeah.
I always look at these guys side-eye because I'm like, you do know that if you look at where society is at, the right was doing the same thing, just from the opposite perspective, right? Does the right want porn? Nope. Oh, guess what? Does the right want you to wife up these hoes and to provide for them? Yep.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Both
if you
sides
want more
it.
proof, check out our Chameleon Crusades video.
Well, yeah. Well, look, that proved it. Yeetus, you saw that. When you look at a lot of these chicks are starting to get exposed, right? Do you remember all these simps who were simping hard for Sydney Watson? Shout out to Undead Chronic for roasting that bitch, right? And you started seeing it, right? Where think about it. You saw the comment sections on her videos, right? Lauren Southern, Tommy Lauren, the conservative simps and cucks rush to these women. We need more like you. You're so different. And I'm like, dude, they're no different. And then people, look, they would get mad at me, right?
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna put the.
Lauren Southern is Canadian, and I will admit, I admitted this on stream at the time. Yes, I once upon a time when I was young and dumb simped for Lauren Southern because I thought she was the dream woman, right? Oh, this traditional conservative woman. She will cook, she will clean, and then she got exposed, right? She Me-too'd Gavin McGinnis. She's been ran through.
Yeah, and she supports feminist ideals, which is not really conservative. But I'm gonna put this out there: Roma Army is the biggest chameleon of them all.
Oh, God. But here's
She,
the thing. Good for her, right?
yeah,
Good
she's
for
bringing
her.
that
Use
money. Yeah,
simps. Always use simps.
Oh yeah,
Use
look
them.
now, Yeetus,
Abuse
if you
them.
look right there, I just posted in the general chat, right? I'll read it so you can see.
oh, I see it. Okay.
It says 1981. It's a news clipping. It says Dungeons and Dragons causes moral conflict protest, and then underneath it says evangelists see game as front for demon worship. This is in 1981, right?
Right.
Damn.
So who was saying that? The left or the right?
The right.
The right. Now watch this. 2018, Stanford professor, Dungeons and Dragons perpetuates systems of white, male privilege. Who's saying that, left or the right?
That's a good question. I will assume
Left.
it's the left.
It's the left. So the right came after Dungeons and Dragons in 1981, right?
Yeah.
The left is coming after him in 2018. I've
Yeah, 'cause
always
of,
told
like,
guys
the
this.
problematic stereotypes that orcs evoke.
Well,
Can you
the
believe
thing is
that
stupid
shit?
because one of the things is that I've always told guys this. Both sides are pushing for the same thing. You see what I'm saying? They just do it in different ways. So when people are out there saying, I want a sex doll. Hey, guess who's against you getting a sex doll? The left and the right.
Both. Yeah. Both
Both.
sides.
And so that's why I keep looking at people like, dude, stop. Like, look, I had to check somebody in my Discord once. I said, do you know who signed no fault divorce into law? And they all had like, huh? I don't know. Ronald Reagan. Oh, do you know where Title IX comes from? You know what president signed that into law? Nixon. It was expanded under the Obama administration to the extreme, right?
Right.
So it doesn't matter, dude. They're the same, and guys keep on thinking, no, they're not. No, they're. I go, dude, they're flip sides of the same coin.
When it comes to relationships, they both agree. When it comes to dating dynamics and how men should be simps, regardless, they both agree.
They both agree. Okay. So what that's proving though, Yeetus, is that left and right push for one thing: male disposability. Right. The right is, remember, both sides can push for a war. Right. It doesn't matter if it's left or right. But who do they want to go out there and fight?
Men.
So the right will say, hey, well, the man, that's your job, right? The left will say, we're all equal. Oh, wait, responsibility? No, that's a man's job. See? They're the same. And Yeetus, I beat my head against the desk sometimes thinking about like the people haven't figured this out. I'm like, dude, it doesn't matter if it's Tommy, Lauren, whoever. I go, here's one of the things I've always preached. If the left and right was so different, wouldn't the laws be significantly different in red states versus blue states when it came to family court? Right?
Yes. Yep.
But are they any different?
No, only slight difference. Just a little bit.
Slight differences, right?
Yeah.
Like because okay, on the left side, they'll say like, oh, the kids deserve to be with women because women are just, perfect goddesses, right? Man bad. You're like, okay, so what does the right think? The kids need to be with their mom. You just need to pay. What? Like what? Dude, have you ever been around the conservatives? They truly believe the kid needs well, doesn't the kid need the dad? Well, yeah, but not the same as mom. Okay, let's look at all the statistics on kids raised by single mothers, right? And then they try to make excuses. Well, yeah, and then like you said, that's when they shame the dude, right? Well, the dude needs to do more. Wait a minute. Well,
yeah, single mothers are the bane of society.
They're the worst, man.
It is. Not, how do I say it? They suck the most resources and they raise
produce nothing.
Yeah, and they raise the criminals and the 304s that we have out here.
Yeah. Thug and thought culture is a direct consequence of single motherhood, right? Because I told this to somebody at work once. I said, look, man, I want you to think about this. Let's say you're 14 again. You get ready to walk out of the house. You have your hat cocked to the side. You got a do-rag on, and your pants are sagging down to your ass. Who stops that?
Not dad.
It's dad, right? Now watch this. No, watch this. Pretend you're a 14-year-old girl. you get ready to walk out of the house. You're wearing a little mini skirt and a damn, little midriff or something. You got your titties out or something. Who stops that?
Definitely dad.
Dad. Immediately.
yeah.
Like, no, this isn't happening. You see what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't have even gotten to that point, but if it ever did, it's dad who stops that. Do you know who was taking all those girls to the cutie auditions? Do you think it was a bunch of dads?
No, it was a French female director.
That's right. You see where you're starting to see. So the only thing, and this is something that gets misconstrued. I keep hearing people say that these people hate masculinity. They don't hate masculinity at all. They envy masculinity. That's why they want to destroy it, right?
Yep.
It's jealousy. So when you're raised by a single mom, she hates what you are and can become, right? Because you won't need her. So she needs to make you need her. So she tries to nerf you, like in the video game patch, right? Oh, we're going to nerf this character and then buff that character, right?
Yeah.
They nerf you.
Yeah. And then hopefully you become their son husband.
Yep. Kevin Durant, you're the real MVP.
Yeah, which is very disturbing. And now that I think about it.
It's very, dude. And here's the thing, we see it so often in the black community, but like one of the things I want guys to understand, man, is that like it's only hopeless if you believe it's hopeless in terms of bettering yourself. Because you can't fix society, right? It's too far gone. Can you save yourself and your brothers and people around you? Like you said, you start a channel. You're like, yo, look, man, this is what's going on. This is the depth of the problem, right?
Right.
Here's how we can basically look out for one another. Because like no one else is going to look out for you. That you can do. You cannot fix it, dude. It's almost like that line in the Matrix when Morpheus explains to Neo who can become an agent, right?
Right.
And he's like, yo, some of these people are so they're so glued into this, right? They're so deep in it that like he goes, these are the minds of the people we're trying to save. He goes, they're hopelessly dependent on the system, right?
Yeah.
The agent can just like this, poof, and then become that person, right?
Yep.
Now think about this for a second, Yeetus. The agent, imagine you're in the Matrix, right? You're walking down the street, and the person in the woman in the red dress goes like this. Thanos snap, and she becomes a white man in a suit, right?
Right.
You would think you would see that and go, wait a minute, I better question everything I know, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like if you were walking down the street, right? Think about it. You're in line to go get a burger, and the person in front of you literally just clicks and then becomes someone else in a suit instead of a beautiful woman in a red dress. If you saw that and didn't question every single thing about what's going on, what does that say about you? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Dude, it's a metaphor.
Or you pick up this really hot chick at a swing club called Thad's. You go into the bathroom after her, find out she left the seat up. Did you not question everything, Drex?
Oh, you better. Like, here's the thing. You get to a point, man, where you have to start questioning shit because at the end of the day, if you don't question things, that's how you just get like led astray, right? Like, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I would expect guys to question me or you or anybody in the warband, right? Like if Chronic makes a video, it's okay to question something like, yo, man, what about this? Or what about, what I'm saying? To question it because it creates open discourse, right? Like, I don't mean on some hater shit, right? Like on a straight up like, yo, what did you mean by that? Or because Yeetus, you and I both know all intersections of the manosphere at some point are going to cross paths and people go like this. Yo, I don't agree with XYZ, right?
Right.
It goes back to your 90-10. I can be like this. Yo, I'm on board with what 90% of what Yeetus says. This 10% I got a problem with. Who cares? We're good with 90%. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like we're good with 90%. So like we need to start doing that more and looking at each other as being like, yo, man, just because we have 10% that is, a little bit different or, I don't see eye to eye, let's just focus on the 90% because that's what really matters.
All right, Drex, wrap this thought up, and then we gotta get Yeetus out of here.
Oh yeah, but yeah, Yeetus, you have any last words, man? Let us know, and let's go ahead and show your stuff too, and the warband.
Okay, to leave it as it is, gentlemen that's listening right now, listen. The reason why I make this content is not to make you pay me money. Oh no, give me my Patreon. Oh, pay my PayPal. I'm gonna stop my whole show if you don't give me enough likes. Oh no. I'm doing this because I'm very passionate about this. Because seeing how all the fakes of the manosphere is getting exposed, I'm like, man, I need to do something. And immediately, I see society. You can just walk around and see how fucked up it is. It's to the point of no return, gentlemen. So the content that I create currently is for the men who are willing to listen. Because if you're going to be making any type of decisions, you need to be aware of the consequences. Okay, that's why this gynocentric system, they want you to go in blindly so they can easily drag you to the slaughterhouse, aka divorce, family courts, jail, and eventually eliminating yourself. And they will forget about you 10 seconds later. Okay. Keep listening to Migtown podcast. Keep listening to me, Sir Yeetus, or the Warband. Keep learning, because there's always something new to learn. All right. If you are watching a channel that repeats the same thing over and over and over and over, and then tells you to, hey, pay me money, don't listen to those type of people. But to show my channel, go to Sir Yeetus. All right. I just reached 4,000 subscribers. I am very proud about that. And I talk about everything in the manosphere. Okay. I don't really discriminate. If I feel something is of importance to talk about, I will mention it. And I just had a big guest join my live stream a couple of days ago. And I hope to have future guests such as producer Tim. Well, he was already on.
Yeah,
And
no one cares about me.
No, you're pretty funny though. But producer Tim or Mayor, if they're able to join, that'd be even better. We need to talk about these situations, gentlemen. Why do you think they're trying so hard to separate us and destroy us? Because men of the same ideals that band together and look out for one another it goes against the very narrative that the gynocentric society is trying to make. So go ahead and join my channel. Go ahead and check out the Warband in general. They're in my description box. And I thank producer Tim and Mayor for having me on their show. This was a very good conversation. I enjoyed it.
Definitely will get you back on, man. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the Warband and Sir Yeetus. It was a pleasure. And yeah, everybody have a good night and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yeah, we're not doing emails. There's nothing in because we did get an update about that Prince Kai situation. I don't give a shit. The guy's a fucking bitch made simp, and I don't care about his drama.
Also, Mar.
Let's see. No, there's nothing else. There's no voicemails. There's no emails.
Perfect. I can get out here and go to this damn birthday party. I think Nick might be down here for the same one.
Peace
See you guys.
out.
Stay frosty.
Stay toxic.